Welcome to Fear Fuel. Today we're going to talk to you about escape rooms. So what are they, you might ask? So they are an interactive puzzle solving experience where you have 60 minutes to get out or suffer the consequences.
So most of them are really going to be 60 minutes long. That's kind of like the norm. There are different ones out there that are, I've rarely seen them shorter. I think I've maybe seen one or two that were like 45-minute escapes. But there are definitely longer ones. There's 90-minute escapes. I've yet to do one of those, but those seem really fun. One thing I always forget about is 5-minute escape rooms.
Haunted houses.
Yeah, you're typically going to find it at haunted houses, but those are cool. So if you've never done it before, that might be a good start. Now, probably the biggest question I've heard people ask is, are they scary? And I think this comes from the escape room movie and Saw. Yes, they're both very escape roomy, but no, absolutely not.
You're not losing any limbs doing these.
No, at no point will you be put in any actual real danger. At the end of the day, this is a business, so they want people to come back and survive and play more games
with all 4 limbs.
Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be like that. For the most part, escape rooms aren't even scary. It's less common nowadays to see a scary theme. I know that there are some that still exist, but for the most part, they're not scary. They've really fallen into the family-friendly kind of type of entertainment. So if you're easily scared, which why are you on our channel? But if you're easily scared, don't worry about it. Just research before you go and you'll know whether it'll be a good fit for you.
Now, when you go in an escape room, if you've never been in one, you're not sure what to expect. So definitely look over the facts and questions, the FAQs. A lot of your questions will be answered there. But not only that, almost every single escape room on the website, it'll tell you a little bit about the room, and then it also tells you about the percentage where people escape. So if you've never done one before, you definitely want to go for one of those easier levels with a higher escape rate. Don't start off with a 5% rate, because that's going to be hard, very hard.
I think a lot of people just overestimate it. I've had doctors go into hospital themed room thinking, well, I'm a doctor, absolutely I'm going to be good at this. That's not it. You don't need outside knowledge. Being a doctor won't help you in a hospital themed escape room. I've seen many doctors fail escape rooms. So don't underestimate it. Like Krista said, you want to check those percentages. Not everybody's going to have them. They're going to have some kind of rating system that you can look at. But just do your research beforehand. And you know what? If you get through all of your research and you are still not sure if this is a good fit for you, call them, email them, Facebook them, and ask them for a recommendation. Every escape room is going to want to put you in an escape room that you're going to be good at. If you call up and say that you are a first timer, I would be shocked if they recommended their hardest room. So just don't be afraid to ask questions. Escape rooms are still pretty new and everybody's going to want to try and get you in, and to do that they're going to get you with the best fit escape room that's best for you.
When you go in and talk to the staff that's working there, they want you to succeed. They want you to get out. They're behind the scenes rooting for you the whole time.
Absolutely. I think one of the questions, surprise, I am a game master. One of the questions I really get all the time is, are you guys just laughing at us? And I'm really not, I promise. A lot of people think that I am, but I'm not. Obviously if you do something silly, if you and your group are doing silly things, I'm gonna laugh with you. But I'm never gonna make fun of somebody for not understanding a puzzle. For me as a game master, it's more like watching sports. I'm back there behind the scenes rooting for you. If you don't see a certain puzzle piece, I'm tearing out my hair going, oh my God, it's right there, please see it, please, please, please. Oh my God, you've got it. It's really a fun time for me, just as much as it is for the customer. So don't ever let that be something that deters you from going into an escape room. We're not laughing at you, I promise.
And you know what? If you go into an escape room and you are stuck on a puzzle, these guys are here to help you out. They'll be there to give you clues, help you along the way. I know some escape rooms will just hand them out. Other escape rooms make you click on a little button and they give you X amount of clues. Everyone's different. They'll tell you about them when you go in, and if they don't, ask. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. I know a lot of people go in these thinking they don't need to ask for help. But if you're stuck on the same puzzle for 15 minutes out of your 60, ask for help. You want to get out. We want you to get out.
That actually makes me think of something. Krista talks a lot about clues. You're going to need them. It's very, very rare that I see a group get out without clues. And when that happens, it's awesome. You made my job really easy, but a little boring. So don't be afraid to ask for clues. If you get stuck, just say you're stuck and take the help. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody is judging you. Bite your pride. I've had people literally refuse clues from me and then they lose the game. I just lost the game.
Oh, I lost the game.
Don't let that happen to you. We exist for a reason. I want to help you. I want to see you succeed. I don't care how proud you are. I want you to do well. I want you to have fun. So take the help that they give it to you. Every room is going to be designed differently. So like Krista said, sometimes you have a limit, sometimes you don't. Regardless of what you have in your room, it's designed that way for a very particular reason. So just go with it. It's going to be different. Enjoy your experience at different places and have fun. Part of the mystery is what makes it fun. Now, a big mystery aspect to it is a lot of people get really nervous about okay, so what if I don't escape? What do I do? Well, we're just going to leave you in there. Congratulations, you live with us now. I'm just kidding.
You're my roommate.
No, God forbid you don't get out. We're going to come in. We're going to tell you what you missed. I know that some escape rooms won't. It's very few and far between, but all businesses are going to be different. So don't be afraid. We're going to come in and help you through the rest of it and make sure that you don't go home with 100 million questions.
So some pro tips for you guys to help you get through these rooms. First off, wear comfortable clothing, okay? When you go into these escape rooms, you're not going to be stationary. You're going to be moving around. Now, most things won't be too far out of reach. You don't really have to crawl under things. Granted, I haven't been to every escape room in the book, so there may be some physically demanding ones. I'm sure they'll tell you right up front. But wear comfortable clothing. You will be moving around. You will be, walking or reaching for things, working together with your group. You name it, it's probably in some escape room somewhere.
I've seen a lot of people go in with high heels, and that's always just got disaster written all over it. Now, some girls are really good at it. I have seen some ladies out there rock those heels and kill those rooms, and it's awesome. But it's probably just better not to assume that's what's going to happen, because some of them are going to be physically demanding. So just be comfortable. That way you can enjoy the puzzle. Another thing is to listen to your game master. Like I said earlier, we exist for a reason. We really want you to do well. So every game master is going to talk to you before your game starts, and we have a list of things that we want to go over with you. Some of them are just generic things for the certain company. Some of them are very specific to your room. Just give them 5 minutes to talk to you about it and listen. Now, a big thing, a lot of people, I can see them tune out when I speak to them, and I'm like, hello, speaking. Now, I really am not trying to bore you. Yeah, I know I'm taking all the fun out of it because I told you not to destroy things, but at the end of the day, I'm saying all of these things so that you don't waste your time doing things that you don't need to do. If I tell you that nothing needs to be unscrewed from the wall and you go in the room and instantly start picking at the screws, I know you're going to lose because you didn't listen to a word that I said. Listen to your game master. We want you to win.
When you enter an escape room, you never need to use force to remove any clues. You don't need to unscrew the screws. You don't need to lift a couch or move a desk. You don't need to do anything like that. If you're using excessive force to get something done, there's a 100% chance you don't need to do it.
Yeah. Always ask yourself, is this something that I was specifically told not to do? Is this something that I received instructions to do? Because I have had times where people are like, oh, I thought that was against the rules. And I'm like, I can see how you thought that, but you literally picked up a piece of paper that said, do this thing. If it's in the room and it tells you to do that thing, then do that thing. Here's the thing. If you don't understand the rules, we can tell the difference between a malicious act and, just making a mistake. Your game master will chime in before anything terrible can happen. We're not going to let the ceiling cave in on you or anything like that. I know there have been times when I've literally raised my hand and I'm like, I'm really not sure if I should be doing this. So if I'm not supposed to do it, just say something.
Nope, nothing.
Nothing?
All right, I'm doing it.
So then you do it. Don't be afraid to communicate with your game master. A lot of people, I think people forget that I exist when I close that door. And so when I make clues specific, like I'll remember somebody's name. I'll be like, hey, John, look under your foot. And they're like, oh, I'm John. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a real person who remembered your name. So, just let the room flow the way it's supposed to. A lot of times I see people try to like outsmart the room. Oh. They'll get all the puzzle pieces. I'm sorry, they'll get like most of the puzzle pieces that they need. And they're like, man, this would be really easy if I had one last thing. And instead of looking for that one last thing, they're jerry-rigging it until it does work for them. And, they could have spent, a minute looking for that thing. But instead, they spent 10 minutes just trying to force it to work.
Not only that kind of takes the whole fun out of it. Like,
really
you're in an
does.
escape room to do puzzles. Why are you going to try and cheat the system?
Yep.
You're there to have fun, do the puzzles, escape. If you're going to go in with a 75% attitude and you're like, well, I'm not going to solve everything all the way through, and you just kind of half-ass it, that's what's going to happen.
I think the biggest thing to remember is that you just have to let it flow the way it's designed to flow. Do not try to outsmart it. Don't try to outwit it. Don't try to out-game master your game master. Just go with the flow. Now, that being said, probably one of the most important things I have to say is be on time. Okay? This is literally a time-sensitive experience, regardless of whether you have a 60-minute adventure or more or less or whatever.
5 minutes?
Yeah, you are allotted that amount of time. So if it says get there 15 minutes early, it's because we have 15 minutes of stuff to do before your game begins. You want to be on time, because when you are late, then we have to still give you your full experience. Depending, if you're really late, we're going to take time away. And I'm pretty sure most escape rooms work that way, so don't test us. So be on time, hear the rules, play your game, and then you'll be out on time.
One of the most important things a lot of people forget, go in sober. If you come in intoxicated or under the influence of, whatever else.
Welcome to Colorado.
Hey. It's going to be really hard to solve some of the puzzles.
I think it's definitely circumstantial. I've had a lot of people come in just slammed, just absolutely gone on whatever, and it's not going to work. You literally came here to problem solve, and I don't know about the rest of you, but when I'm incoherent like that, there's no problem solving going on.
No.
Okay? Now, obviously, every person's going to be different, and I think that, if you go and have dinner beforehand and then sit down for like 2 or 3 drinks, you loosen up a little bit,
Yeah, no, definitely.
You're willing to like talk to your group and interact with them. It takes away, any kind of
like nervousness or anxiousness almost.
Exactly. It takes away. Now, if you keep going,
and you just go in, you're falling over, you're stumbling, knocking things over.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real rough time for you and for your game master.
Yes, definitely understand your limit. Also, not all escape rooms have private experiences, so you might be in there with other people. Yeah. So, just be courteous. You could be going in with a family of 4. You don't know. So, represent yourself well and allow the game to play out the way it's supposed to. If you are paired with other people, again, a common theme here is just to let the puzzle do its thing. You guys are in the same room and you all have to escape.
You're working together. Don't try to fight with them, butt heads. Different people think of things differently. Mm-hmm. So when you may not be able to figure out a puzzle and somebody else in your group may not be able to think of it, that random person you're paired with might already understand it and can give you knowledge on how to solve it.
A big part that I try to incorporate to all my life, including the vlog and everything, is to be non-biased.
Absolutely.
And so when I go to other escape rooms, I don't go in shouting that I'm a game master working for a competitive team. Like, I don't do that. I'm there to enjoy your puzzle. Now, I say that because one time I actually got paired with other people, and I was really excited because I know the name of the game. I'm used to it, and I was ready to just be a team. And let me tell you, these people were they were not happy that we were in the same room together. What's funny is that it's their fault because I booked the room first. I know how the booking system works. So they booked after me. And they were mad at me about it. And in my head, I'm just thinking like, you already hate me. Yet little do you know that I am an expert. You need me.
You need me.
I didn't tell him that. I'm not going to try and argue with somebody after I just, paid X amount of money to come into this room. So I just let it play out. I did what I could.
Did you get out though?
Technically.
Okay.
Technically. The whole experience, this is another story. The whole experience was just kind of a mess, and he was a big part of it. So don't be that guy. You never know who you're getting paired with. It could be an expert. So just don't be a jerk. I know you've had a similar experience, right?
I did. It was me, and I had two friends that were with me, and we booked the group first, just like she did. And when we actually got to this escape room, not one other group, but two other groups booked with us. So there was our group of 3, and then 2 separate groups of 2. And this was kind of an asylum-based escape room. So one of them happened to be, I think she might have been like a pharmacist or somebody who knew like drugs. And there was a part where you need to like match the drug to like the description, but it gave you each. And it obviously wasn't what the drug was. And so when she was trying to use her prior knowledge to line these things up, it wasn't working because that's not what the room was for.
So not all experiences are going to be bad if you get paired with other people. And that's kind of why we say, don't be that guy.
But have an open mind. You may become out like super friends.
Absolutely. That actually happened to me. I was at a convention in St. Louis, and we went to do an escape room there, and I got paired with 2 groups. And one part of my group was people who worked at an escape room in another state. So we bonded immediately. And then there were these 2 other guys that booked into the room. They had never played an escape room before.
Okay.
So I was on a mission. Like I like to win, but my mission was for everybody to have fun. So I was like, all right, cool. You guys have never done this. We're going to show you the best time of your life. And it went so well. It went so well that we beat the room. We beat the record.
Oh my
and then
God.
those 2 guys booked another escape room right then and there with us. So I just got goosebumps.
Cool.
I know. I really love those guys. It was just so much fun. And it just goes to show you that even if you're playing with strangers, you can still have a lot of fun. Escape rooms are a good time. If you haven't done one, go out and do it.
I love them.
It's a great time. I mean, Krista and I have done many. And we love them, and we're pretty good at it.
We'd like to say.
So actually, what we're going to do after this, we are going to an escape room here in town. Now, obviously, this is fear fuel, so we have decided to find a spooky escape room. We will be visiting the Homicide Hotel at 303 Escape and trying out their escape room. They're pretty new. We're really excited. We've never been to their venue before, so
no,
100% new for us. We're very excited.
And their whole venue is brand new. The room we're doing is kind of based off of the serial killer who like lured people into his hotel and killed them in like all these different ways. So I'm hype. I'm pretty sure Erin's hype.
I'm so hype. I'm really excited. It's been a while since I've done a spooky one, so I'm excited. I hope you guys stay tuned. We're going to tell you what we think at the end, so we'll see you in a little bit.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. So we just went and checked out 303 Escape Room, also known as Homicide Hotel, and they were fantastic. They blew our minds.
Yes, very, very awesome. There's so many great things that we want to talk about. Now, first things first, obviously you got to get there. It can be a little confusing. It's in an area that I'm not too familiar with. When we got there, we tried to follow the signs, but if we were smart, we would have just looked on their website that had
It was very clear.
had a detail of like, this is where you go. And once we realized that, it makes a lot more sense. So make sure that when you go here or any escape room that you check their website, there's always going to be a detailed instructions of like which door is the entrance door or whatever. So, don't let that throw you. They're going to have really good instructions. But once you do get there, you walk in the door and you enter the lobby, and let me tell you, awesome. Beautiful. It's absolutely themed to the T's. Like, they didn't skip anything.
The furniture, the walls, even the actual lobby desk.
I don't remember looking at the carpet, but I feel like if I did...
It was.
It was? Okay.
It was.
I knew it. Everything. Every single inch in there was
beautiful.
Themed. Beautiful. It's so awesome to see such a cohesive theme through every inch of the business. You know, you're really getting a full experience the second you enter the door. And I don't think enough places think about that. You know, they think about just the room, just those 4 walls. But this place went beyond my expectations and just themed every single inch, which was very, very
From
nice.
the lobby to the hallway to the escape room, there was never not one part where you weren't in Homicide Hotel.
Yes, and it actually did feel like a hotel. I mean, I don't know what you would call that kind of building. It was just a regular old building. But once you enter that door, it literally feels like you're checking into a real hotel. I mean, an old one, but a very, very cool one.
One we would stay at.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would absolutely stay there. So that's really awesome. The check-in process was very easy. They gave us our scenario and the backstory and everything, and then they brought us into the room, and still the theme was everywhere. It was beautiful. They didn't even cut corners on anything, any of the furniture, wallpaper, anything.
It looked like a very cohesive hotel room.
Yes. Yeah, it was interesting because with escape rooms, a lot of times you're just kind of working with the space that you have, you know, so you're just shoving things in corners wherever they'll fit. But everything in this room felt very intentional. Everything that I saw, I was like, oh, I could see that being in a real hotel room. I could see that. I could see even the way the room was shaped. I'm like, all of this makes sense. It feels like an actual hotel room that I've checked into before. I bet if you looked at the layout of like their rooms, you could match it to a certain hotel room somewhere.
Probably.
It made a lot of sense, which was really, really awesome. So the gameplay was really, really, really fun.
It was so cool.
What did you say that their escape rate was?
So their escape rate is about 25%, which means 75% of people don't get out.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people that don't get out. And now that can be discouraging. And I've heard a lot of people talk about, you know, low escape rates mean that the puzzles usually don't make sense. And I can assure you that is absolutely not the case here. The puzzles made a lot of sense. Now, they were very different and very unique. They were puzzles.
One of my favorite things.
I can't name one single puzzle in that room that I've played anywhere else. And you and I have been doing this for 6 years. So I've done a lot of escape rooms. Not as many as other people, but I've done a lot. I've seen a lot. I've ran thousands of games in my lifetime. But I've never seen these puzzles. But even though we had never seen them, there was a logical process to get through all of them.
And they made sense.
They all made a lot of sense. And they were themed well. You know, the puzzles fit in the room and fit the theme. And that's always nice, because sometimes there have been times when I've run across a puzzle and like...
You're just like, why is this here?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's just like they just wanted another puzzle.
Right. No, you can tell that they took a long, long time to get everything really cohesive, and everything makes sense inside the room. It's very logical. So if you have any kind of experience in escape rooms, you should do just fine. There's a logical process through anything, but you're going to have a lot of fun. And that's the nice thing. You know, escape rooms have been around for a long time now, so a lot of us are seeing things being repeated, and to see these different kinds of puzzles is really, really, really fun. Now, we went with 2 other people, my 2 coworkers.
It was a group of 4.
And group of 4 I think was really good. I don't think I would have had more. Would you have?
It was like a perfect amount, you know. Yeah. If one of us or a couple of us didn't understand something, the other one would kind of like take over, and you know, it's like flipping a switch. It's a different frame of mind. They're coming into it differently.
Keep that in mind while you're building your team. I mean, it's not always it's quality over quantity. Don't bring 10 people. I don't remember what their maximums are. I'm assuming it's 6 or 8, probably 6.
Probably. It's a smaller room. Yeah,
it was a little smaller. Make sure you're bringing the right people. Quality is going to be better. Make sure you have people that work well together. And luckily we did. Krista had never met these people before. But because we've done this for so long, we understand that you have to, you know, listen to other opinions inside the room, which we did. I know Maria figured out that one puzzle, and I was just like blown away, because she's actually just a receptionist. But just having somebody,
she knows.
She just knows, you know. So having those different ways of thinking is really, really helpful.
You don't want too many cooks in the kitchen who don't know how to cook.
Exactly. Definitely keep that in mind. 4 really is my magic number for any escape room.
It's a good number. I
think it was perfect for this one. I mean, it might fluctuate in others. I've seen bigger rooms and smaller rooms, but 4 is really a good number for this one. But overall, it was really, really fun. It was exciting. We were opening things that we didn't think we were going to open.
I think one thing that I really liked about this puzzle in particular was, you know, when you get into an escape room, they usually just start the timer right away. Mm-hmm. And this place didn't start the timer until you started interacting with the room. So while you're standing there not really doing anything, they're not already like, all right, we said you could go like 3 minutes ago, which is kind of cheap.
That's actually really nice because I didn't think about that. In my experience, a lot of times I'll put people in the room and the game starts. I mean, the door's shut, the game starts, and they're just looking around like, what do we do?
Yeah.
So that would actually be good for new escape room customers. You know, they wait until you actually start the timer, which is nice.
I think, I might be mistaken, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think the timer started until we got to the first puzzle.
I don't recall. I don't really look at the timer much. It doesn't really do anything for you. It just takes away from your time. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But that's kind of a nice way of running things because it can be hard to get going. Getting that ball rolling is really tough. Once it's going, then you've got that momentum. Yeah, absolutely. But getting it going can be very difficult. So that's definitely something that I appreciate about their business.
It was really nice.
Everything was awesome. The gameplay was fun. The theme was beautiful. Everything was very logical.
You used everything that's in there.
Everything. As always, interact with everything. And a lot of times it's not going to do something, but in this room, I felt that it really did. So that's really fun. Overall, it was great. It's probably at the top of my list of escape rooms right now.
I can't wait till they build Robert's room, which is their second room that's coming out.
Yes.
We'll be there.
Absolutely. Nope, the second it opens, I don't even care if it's been beta tested. I'm going in.
We'll do the beta testing.
I am so ready. It was so fun. I need more right now. It was so awesome. So if you guys get a chance, definitely
check it out.
Highly recommend it. It was so much fun. Worth every single penny. It was awesome. It was so awesome. Loved it. Great job. If you're watching, we love you. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We had a lot of fun. As always, let us know what you want to do. We want to go out there and have more fun and tell you what's worth it. So keep us up to date on what you want and we'll give it to you, okay? But we'll catch you next time, okay?
See you next week.
Bye, guys.